Hi guys, I'm Anna. Have you missed Diablo 3? Guys, PTR is here. Patch 274. PTR is coming already next week. 12th of July, PTR will be here and we will be able to test all the features, all the cool things for Season 27 in Diablo 3. We just got today blog post, we got the preview. Let's dive in together. Let's see what's waiting for us. Okay. First of all, once again, PTR will begin. Will begin July 12th. Guys, we don't know the time. We never know the time when the PTR will drop. Somewhere in the evening for me, I live in Europe, but we don't know the exact time and we will just be waiting. We just know that it will drop 12th of July. Okay, what cool things we have here. Season 27 introduces a new type of consumable item called Angelic Crucibles. Once uncovered by Nephilim, these heavenly artifacts can be used to sanctify any equipable legendary item. Sanctifying an item reforges it to have perfect ancient level stats on all affixes, while also preserving the item's legendary power. In addition, this process adds one of 3 new powers unique to each class. Guys, this is a primal item. This is super duper primal item with the perfect stats. Like primal, they're always with the perfect stats, but okay, this is a super duper primal item with the extra legendary power. Angelic Crucible we're getting. Also, here's some details. Angelic Crucibles and sanctified items can only be acquired in seasonal play and will not transfer. Yeah, it's a seasonal theme. Angelic Crucibles can drop anywhere in Sanctuary at level 70, so during the level you will not be getting primal items. Players can obtain as many sanctified items as they would like. However, only one certified item can be equipped at a time, because you only want this extra legendary power you can use on your character. Sanctified items can be sanctified again using another Angelic Crucible to change the legendary power. No stats are preserved when sanctifying an item. Of this side, no stats are preserved when sanctifying an item. Guys, we have an item, we have a legendary item, which has some stats. I thought it will just upgrade those stats to maximum and you will get this primal item and you will get these stats actually on this item. They will be maxed out, but maybe it will be randomized. So no stats are preserved when sanctifying an item. Tell me in the comments, how do you understand this phrase? What does this mean? Only level 70 equipable items can be sanctified again, so only after you're reaching level 70, only after you're reaching, starting getting Paragon, getting level 70 items, you will be able to sanctify them, you will be able to make primals out of them. Followers cannot equip sanctified items because all powers will be for me. Like, everything wonderful, no powers for followers. Okay, that's what we're getting. That's class-specific sanctified powers. So we're getting 3 powers for each character. Well, let's see. Barbarian here. Whirlwind pulls in and holds all enemies within 25 yards. This is pulling power. This is helping you to group all the enemies together. This is helping you to be a sexy trash killer. Hammer of the Ancients hits in all directions around the Barbarian. Every 7th cast of Hammer of the Ancients unleashes a powerful shockwave. How powerful, guys? No numbers here. We will test it. Also, it's a interesting trash killer effect. So, because if it will be hitting in all directions around the Barbarian, guys, first you pulled everyone together with Whirlwind and with the Hammer of the Ancient, you die with a hammer everywhere, and we need to see this powerful shockwave. How powerful. Hitting enemies generates stacks of Tempest Rhythm. Activating Wrath of the Berserker consumes 50 stacks of Tempest Rhythm, and startless enemies within 16 yards, causing them to take increased damage per stack For 10 seconds, maximum 100. This is something really powerful, guys. Maximum 100 stacks, we get 50% increased damage per stack. 50% increased damage. Generate Tempest. Hitting enemies generate Tempest. Rhythm activating Wrath of the Berserker consumes 50. So we need to keep 50 stacks of Tempest Rhythm up, activate Wrath of the Berserker, and get an increased 50%. And get a 50% damage increase. Okay, let's see. Crusader we have here. Blessed Hammer now crackles with energy, damaging enemies within 15 yards of its path. All runes but the minion now throw the hammer in a direction but in front of the Crusader. Big question for testing, how much will be with the energy damaging enemies within 15 yards? How much? How much damaging? Destroying absolutely everyone on the way, or how it will be? Every 2 seconds, call down Fist of the Heavens on a random nearby enemy. Okay. After casting Fallen Sword, you descend from the sky with 2 archangels, that wild eminence holy skills and benefit from your holy damage skill modifiers. Oh guys, I remember a couple of seasons ago we had archangels. They were so insanely powerful. They were killing no matter which level, which Great Rift level Rift Guardian, they could kill absolutely everything. So wow, archangels. Okay, interesting. Plus, it's your kind of like your pets that benefiting from holy damage skill modifiers. Guys, so far so good for Barbarian, for Crusader. Okay, let's go. Demon Hunter Strafia now casts the last non-channeled hatred spending ability caster. Okay, I believe that should be cool. Casting Vengeance unleashes a barrage of rockets that deal damage equal to a percentage of an enemy's current hit points. The percentage per rocket is reduced if the enemy is an elite or boss. This effect cannot occur more than once in every 60 seconds. This is a complicated skill, guys. Need to see complicated legendary power. Seems interesting, but probably they were afraid that it will be too powerful. The percentage per rocket is reduced if the enemy is an elite or boss. So it's not helping you that much against the boss fight or against elites, but it is helping you to kill the trash. Okay. Firing cluster arrow concentrates its explosive force into a piercing ray of light. Is exploding force into a piercing ray of light. So gigantic laser you're gonna have. Let's go, Monk. Casting Wave of Light now summons a bell at the target location that deals damage when the caster attacks the bell. Up to 7 bells can be active at one time. Guys, gigantic question. How much damage? We don't know this, how destroying this will be, but just in general the thought of a 7 bells around. Okay, cool. All way of the 100 fists combo punches, use the second stage combo punch. The target of your 7-sided strike is barraged with spiritual punches for 15 seconds. This can only affect one enemy at a time. Monk gonna punch everyone. Necromancer now. Your golem now picks up corpses within 20 yards. Each corpse is stores allows you to cast any corpse spending ability with the maximum number of corpses consumed per cast. Up to 30 corpses can be stored. Golem. Big purse with corpses. Enemies within 50 yards are constantly assaulted by the army of the dead. Unconventional warfare while this item is equipped. And here we have hitting enemies with Death Nova 5 consecutive times. Adds a spirit that afflicts an enemy every 5th cast of Death Nova. Up to 3 spirits can be sent at a time. Archangel's spirit for Necromancer. Okay, awesome. lovely witch doctor is here. 5 seconds after casting Hound, all haunted enemies within 50 yards are pulled to the witch doctor. This is an analogy of piranhas, so you can use Hound to group the enemies together instead of using piranhas and probably using there something else. Horrify becomes an aura that causes enemies to receive 15% more damage and deal 15% less damage in addition to its other effects. Guys, and it's an awesome buff to damage, it's an awesome buff to survivability, and Horrify you're using actually quite often. In many builds you can use it because Horrify, frightening aspect, already was giving you a lot of armor, and if you want to increase the survivability of your build, you are using Horrify. And now you will also be able to buff it, you will be dealing more damage with this power. Not bad. Your Gargantua spreads Locust Swarm to any enemy within 16 yards and summons zombie dogs periodically. Zombie dogs now gain every rune when summoned. Guys, this is really interesting thing. Gargantuan spreads Locust Swarm. So basically in the builds that we were using, probably that would be how it should be. In the builds we were using Locust Swarm, we can now use Gargantuan. And also this will also summon the zombie dogs. Zombie dogs are magnificent survivability thing because you can redirect your damage that you're getting to your zombie dogs. That's awesome. That would be really nice to try. You can modify so many builds with this. Okay, visit. Casting Storm Armor sends a power thunderbolt from the skies that instantly kills a random enemy within 30 yards. Bosses are not killed but take significant damage. This effect cannot occur more than once every 60 seconds. How significant this damage gonna be, guys? With this power, Visit TCP can be a boss killer because, no, again, we need to see how significant this damage can be, but well, okay, wonderful, really wonderful. Arcane Orb now periodically spams up to 4 orbiting charges that will generate an additional orb when cast. All charges from the Arcane Orbit rune now detonate at the same time. Arcane Orb. Magic Missile fires 20 missiles and gains the effect of the Seeker rune. I don't know, guys, the first one seems absolutely insane, but let's test. Let's see how it will be. Develop a note here. With the Lords of Hell season, we explored what Nephilim would do if they possess the powers of Hell. This season, we invite players to witness what Nephilim can accomplish with the powers of Heaven. Our goal with the 21 unique class powers was to introduce changes to skills that can redefine the way you play a build or set. We're excited to see how players will harness the powers of Heaven in Season 27. Guys, I am so amazed. I am amazed with Diablo 3 team. Every season we're getting something so special and something so interesting. I do love the legendary powers for every character. For every character there is something really, really interesting. PTI is coming already next week. We're gonna test it, we're gonna see, but so far it looks godly. Wow. Okay, there is also general updates. Adventure mode is now unlocked for all accounts by default. Players are no longer required to complete the campaign to access adventure mode. Awesome. Default difficulty selection has been updated to be consistent for all players and platforms. All players now have access to normal Tournament 6 difficulties by default, and upon reaching level 70 with the character, players gain access to Tournament 7, Tournament 16. Okay, cool. Uber boss realms now automatically close 60 seconds after the Uber bosses have been defeated. Additional portals to the same Uber boss realm can now be opened in a single game session. Okay, so you don't need to restart the game all the time. The experience rewarded upon completing of an Ecoin Nightmare has been reduced by 83%. That was godly. Ecoin Nightmare was godly, the experience buffs was godly, but okay, now we're not getting the experience pretty much anymore. And here's the developer note. They coined Nightmares, transitioning from a seasonal theme to a permanent feature moving forward. We felt it was necessary to dial back the experience rewards to avoid players feeling obligated to maximize their time spent inside the activity. Our vision for Coin Nightmare is to be a fun bonus activity like the WoW that serves as a good source of loot and augment materials. Hell yes, guys. Doesn't matter how much experience you're getting, you will be anyway running Coin Nightmares to get the gems, to upgrade, to augment your gear. We've also made several changes to adventure mode and difficulty unlocks. This will align the Diablo 3 experience across all platforms for new players and should make it easier to jump into your preferred activity. Lastly, we improved the Uber boss flow so that players and groups can kill multiple rounds of bosses without having to remake games. Let's go! Item changes. General. Guardian's Jeopardy. 2-piece bonus. Your base vitality attribute from equipped items is increased by 50%. 3-piece bonus. Your base strength, dexterity, intelligence attributes from equipped items are increased by 50%. We've heard from players that the crafted 3-piece sets have had some of the most significant impacts on itemization. So we're introducing another to add more choices. Guys, this is a new set, crafted set that you can add. It's increasing your base attribute, for me, for which doctor, intelligence or strength or dexterity, and it's increasing it quite significantly by 50%. Okay, let's see what it will be. Crusader. Armor of Akan, 2-piece set bonus. Judgment has no cooldown and gains the effect of every rune. 4 pieces set bonus was also reworked. Attacks from Phalanx avatars reduce the cooldown of Akarat's champions by 0.5 seconds and also apply Condemn when attacking enemies that is affected by Judgment. Guys, you can see on the screen how it was before, how Armor of Akan looked before, and you can see, guys, it's quite significant reworked. It will be interesting how it will be working actually during the PTR. Let's see. We also have here Eternal Union, increases the duration of summoned Planex, Bowman and Bodyguard indefinitely. Okay, developer note, our goal with the Armor of Akan rework is to narrow the focus of the set to give a distinctive identify, highlighting a fantasy where the Crusader is the Knight Commander. Knight Commander, okay. Passing judgment on the enemies of the light. Sounds so beautiful. Okay. Necromancer rework. Tragul got rework, guys. 2-piece set bonus. Big everywhere there's rework. Blood Rush and Siphon Blood gains the effect of every rune. Your life spending abilities no longer cost essence. 4-piece, while at full life, your healing from skills is added to your maximum life for 45 seconds, up to 300% more. And 6-piece bonus, your life spent in abilities deal 10,000% increased damage and your healing from skills increased by 100%. Again, guys, we see here big rework and a big buff for Traguls. Hopefully, guys, gonna be enough. Also here, Iron Rose, attacking with Siphon Blood has a 100% chance to cast a free Blood Nova after cumulatively losing 10% of your maximum life. Your Death Nova deals 40% increased damage for 60 seconds. This effect stacks up to 10 times. And Funerary Pig, Siphon Blood from 2 additional targets. Each target takes 300% increased damage from you. The bonus from Siphon Blood Power Shift is now 20% per stack and benefits all skills. We wanted to recapture the Blood Necromancer fantasy of Traguls over time and increase its efficiency against single targets. Guys, we have a buff, we have a Necromancer, interesting buff, Blood Fantasy of a Necromancer. Sexy, everyone loved the buffs. Wizard here. And here is Delizerius Magnum Opus. 2-piece set bonus was reworked and 4-piece set bonus. Also Tal Rasha rework here. 2 sets for Wizard were changed. Here we have casting Arcane Orb, Energy Twister and everything else. Also cast Slow Time at a target. This effect will not trigger if the target is already inside a slow time bubble. The cooldown of teleport will reset while you're inside bubbles generated from this set or cast by you. For set piece bonus, you take 75% reduced damage while you have a slow time active. Allies inside your slow time gain half benefit. Not bad actually. No damage increase here, but you will be tankier. You're getting 75% reduced damage while in a slow time active. Also here, Crown of the Primus, slow time gains the effect of every rune and permanently follows you. Nice change for Delizerius Magnum Opus. Tal Rasha, 2-piece set bonus, damaging enemies with Arcane, Cold Fire or Lightning will grant immunity to that element and cause a meteor of the same damage type to fall from the sky. The same meteor cannot happen twice in a row. 4-piece set bonus, Arcane, Cold Fire, Lightning attacks each increase all of your resistances by 50% for 8 seconds. And here we have Smoldering Core. Lesser enemies are now lured to your meteor impact areas. Again, we're summoning everyone to the meteor. Meteors deal 40-50% increased damage on consecutive hits to the same targets. This stacks up to 10 times. Tal Rasha was buffed. You're gonna be tanky with all of your resistances increased by 50% for 8 seconds. And the meteor was buffed. Guys, more buffs! Buffs are awesome. Delizerius Magnum Opus has been feeling weak, clunky, and isn't meeting the desired gameplay flow. So we've streamlined the playstyle to make it more engaging, allowing wizards to feel like masters of time. Interesting idea. The core of the Tal Rasha's elements has changed over time, so we are revisiting it to reintroduce a playstyle that utilizes Meteor. Buffing the Meteor and wizard destroying everyone with a Meteor. And we have a monk changes. Let's go. Gain the passive abilities of the 5. We have an inner mantra monk changes. Gain the passive abilities of the 5 rune mystical eyes at all times. Attacking enemies creates your chosen mystical eye that lasts 15 seconds up to 10 mystical eyes. The damage of the mystical eyes is increased by 900% for each mystical eye you have. And developer note, inner mantra monks have been riding high on the waves of success for several seasons, so it's time to bring in the nerf shark. Guys, inner was nerfed. Bye bye all the monks, sorry all the monks. We have the nerfs here. Here it is. Guys, leave your comment below. What do you think so far about the new season, about the PTR, about this patch notes? I know monks are crying, but overall there are so many buffs to everyone. There's no changes for witch doctors, but there are insane those powers, angelic powers. Here they are, which seems incredible, which seems really interesting, and we'll be happy to test, we'll be happy to see how it's all working. Seems like nice season, cool season lies ahead of us. Thank you so much for watching, hope to see you on my streams.